Also, yeah, could you maybe do a quick intro for the stream? Just say how long you've been playing and where you're from and what your tag is.
Yeah, my tag is King. I'm from Ohio and I've been playing like on and off since 2017, like late 2017.
Okay.
So I'm a net play kid.
Okay. I will screen share you. Okay. So let's
Yeah,
get.
uh, I
Hmm?
think for all the games I have, like the first stock is just kind of like it takes when I play the game, like feels like I have to like settle in on the first stock of every match. It's
Mm-hmm.
really weird. Like I don't get my footing until I get hit a little bit. It's odd.
Okay. No, I understand that. I've had some issues with that too. One sec. So a lot of times, like it's I think a lot of times if you have trouble on the first stock, it usually means that you're trying to play too adaptively, or not. Yeah, like you're trying to play too adaptively to your opponent. Like you're trying
Yeah,
to find holes in your opponent's game plan rather than and like a lot of times most people will start the first stock to sort of like see if their opponent falls for their basic tricks. And
yeah,
so I think that's sort of a good way to start off the first stock is some have some like opening things that you use and you kind of check to see if they're gonna fall for it.
yeah.
And that's usually a better way to start. You can also like start super honest by just playing like extremely defensive the first stock and then see what they do, but that's not
Yeah.
usually as fun. So I think it's usually best to just have a couple like preset baits and stuff that you do and just like see if they'll fall for it on the first stock of the game, because like you don't have enough information to go off of, like this like the pace they're playing at and stuff like that, to like be able to basically like play around them or like change your
Yeah,
style
you
around
need
them.
information at first.
Exactly. And so you can
Yeah.
get information like super defensively or like aggressively, and I think it's good to do it aggressively, honestly, because it makes your opponent feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I do when I play Falco for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like Falco's like kind of an easy one to have like those with, I feel. But
Mm-hmm.
with Fox, it's kind of like especially in this matchup, I don't really know any like good openings to do like that I would do with Falco. Like with Falco, I'll do like runoff, like just like immediate runoff, like short hop, full fade down air and stuff like that. But with
Mm-hmm.
Fox, I have no clue what I would do. I usually can't remember what I did here, but I think I usually shield drop laser, or I just do some type of like laser always.
Okay. Well, we'll check this out, and I'll sort of point out a few smaller things, and we'll look to find something significant.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, this is sort of like a passive opener, and that's okay. Um,
Yeah.
I I think this is maybe a little bit too passive in the sense that like this is safe, but like I don't know. I like I said, I personally like the aggressive openers. I think this is fine though. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it. There's a concept called up down, named by Duck, where you just go up to the platform and come back down, and as long as you're
Yeah.
zoning the space around the platform effectively, Sheik has a lot of trouble getting in on Fox doing that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Like I'll waveland on a platform and
Yeah,
then
that it's kind of like this spot here where you're kind of like where you do this, where you go down and you come up, and then you come
yeah.
down. Sheik has a lot of trouble with that kind of stuff. Oh, this is like a really common habit that like
Dude, it sucks.
tons and tons of people have. Do
It's
not.
so hard.
What is?
Are you gonna talk about the Shine sending Sheik the other way?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
No.
Go on. I'm
Well, we
sorry.
can
Go
get
on.
into that. I'm talking
Okay, okay.
about
Go on.
full hop, double jump over top plat, fall through down air. This is
Okay.
this really tempting idea that I didn't really realize how universally tempting this idea seemed to be because it's been a long time since I've done it. But
Yeah.
apparently this is just like a really tempting thing. And I think it's this feeling that like you full hop in and you really want it opening. Then your opponent goes underneath you. You go, okay, well, I don't want to just go right in on them because they're ready for it. So you go, okay, I'm going to double jump away to the platform. But then double jumping the way to the platform feels too passive because you feel
Yeah.
like, well, I full hopped up already and now I just double jump away. Like I didn't get anything out of it. So you
Yeah.
feel like, oh, well, if I pretend and then I fast fall through and down air, that's good. But, you know, you're doing a drill. He could jump into it and be fine. Like he can wave dash and be fine. You have no double jump, so if he hits you out of it, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck in the air. You can't double jump away. So it's just like, you know, if you ignore the previous context of the fact that you full hopped first, and you just say, okay, I have no double jump and I'm drilling Sheik from here, that would be like a bad idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is just like a really common habit that I think that you should get rid of.
Okay, yeah. I have that written down now.
And when this kind of stuff happens with the shine, this is not a bad habit. This is just the reality of playing Fox. That like what you do is you try to react to as late as possible to the direction that Sheik is. So don't when you're right here. What basically how it is like you have this little switch in your head for left or right,
Yeah.
and then you adjust it based on how she DIs. So like you see this and you're like sick left, and then this is so ambiguous. Look at this; it's
Yeah.
so ambiguous. And if you can if you get lucky, you can kind of see that this is gonna send to the right because like so. Let's check out the number of frames here. So let's say reactable is like I don't know 11 or 12 like 12 frames or something, if like to be reasonable. So let's see. So from the time that she's here, so this is like 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you jump on frame 15. So you actually do have enough time to react to this. So it is possible to react to it. It's just difficult. And
Yeah,
so
I feel like I autopilot my shines. Like when I get a drill, like I have the like I just it's hard to not autopilot the wave dash after. It's like such a bad habit.
yeah, it's just yeah, you just drill autopilot the shine and then watch really carefully to see which direction they go, and
Yeah.
you just have to be like very cognizant of the idea that you have to choose the direction afterward. It's not like the fact that they were to the left of you when you started the drill. Don't let that bias you to the idea that they're for sure going to be to the left of you when the drill ends. Like if you're drilling them and the whole time they're to the left, then maybe that can bias you a little bit. And the thing is, you'll never get 100% consistency on these, but you just want to sort of like it's kind of like, you know, watching for someone's DI. Like if you up throw them, you know, you want to see if they DI left or right before you punish. It's kind of it's like it's the same thing. It just doesn't feel like the same thing because it's so fast. But the thing is, you'll never get it because if they pop to this side on the very last frame of the hit lag of drill, a lot of times you can't react at all. So don't expect to get it 100% of the time, but a lot of times they'll SDI like this guy SDI'd a few frames early, and then that gives you a chance to react to it. So it's not like a huge like mental problem or something. It's just something you should probably work on.
Yeah, I need to be more conscious when I'm drilling because
You
I
can
notice like even myself like there's a lot of times like after I shine and it sends the wrong way and I'm like I could have just reacted to that but I just autopilot shined.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just something to work on. What was this? Let me see. So, what was the point of this drill?
I was like thinking he would I was thinking he would dash like into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that a lot and I've been watching some of your other lessons. I think you have like a couple, maybe 1, 2 Fox Sheik lessons.
Yeah, I will pew.
On your channel, and you talked about like not like I don't know about at this range, like maybe this was like not as bad as some of them I do, but I keep thinking like oh like Sheik is gonna dash in here, so I'm just gonna drill. But more often than not, they don't. They don't just dash in like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I get destroyed for it. So it
Yeah.
is something that I'm trying to work on.
So I've talked about this in a lot of lessons where ideally, like if your opponent would let you, and obviously this isn't how the game works, but it would be great if your opponent would just whiff options and then you would get free punishes on everything. That's
Yeah,
sort of like the ideal because there's zero risk and you have a guaranteed punish. And so this is sort of the exact opposite end of this, where there's like huge risk, and the chance of punish only works if Sheik does one specific action.
yeah,
And so you can sort of look at it as like this continuum of options where the best thing is like a direct whiff punish, and then the
I see.
worst thing is like a hard read with like massive risk.
Yeah, okay.
So and the thing is like in a situation like this, you might not even get the combo because Sheik is so close to the corner that if you actually landed this drill right here, if you landed this drill, she might just literally grab ledge. So even your
Yeah,
best case might end with you not getting a combo. So you always want to compare best case and worst case, and then say like, what is like, why does the down air hit? And you want to be able to like explain to yourself with like good reasons beyond just, well, it sure would be nice if they dashed into it.
yeah,
So, okay. So a small note here is it looks like you have a lot of people have this problem too where you dash in, wave dash back. And I see you doing this over and over in your movement. This is
yeah.
this is objectively very bad.
I uh, I don't know why I do it. It's just kind of like something that ingrained in me,
Yeah, it's
like
something
over
that
just a long period
it's
of
something
time.
that a lot of people sort of pick up, and I think it's because it gives you a little break. Honestly, I think that's why. Is
Yeah,
because if you're dash dancing, you're actionable, so you feel like maybe I should be doing something else, you know? But then
hmm,
if you dash in and you wave dash back during the whole wave dash, you're like, well, I'm wave dashing. Like, there's no pressure to do anything else because I'm stuck in my
yeah.
wave dash. But that's also like why it's bad. Is
Okay, yeah.
because like let's say you because so like let's think about the purpose of a dash in is to threaten an approach on your opponent.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is why you dash in. So your goal for this threat against some characters is that they will back up, like Marth or something. You want them to dash
Hmm.
back. And with Sheik, you might get a dash back or you might get a wave dash back, but what you really want is for her to throw it like a forward tilt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you really want when you dash in. And so if you dash in and then you wave dash back and Sheik forward tilts, you don't ever get a punish because you're
Yeah,
stuck in
because
your wave dash.
yeah, and wave dash is a commitment.
And then like let's say you dash in and then Sheik predicts, so let's say you dash in and then Sheik dashes in. And then she thinks you're going to dash back so that because she goes, look, like you go, I'm coming in, and she goes, I don't believe you. I'm the one who's coming in. And she's thinking, okay, let's for example's sake, Sheik is thinking, all right, Fox is seeing me dash in. He's going to get scared. He's going to back up. So I'm going to like overshoot like a grab or something like that.
Yeah.
If you wave dash back, there's no way for you to avoid the grab.
Yeah, it's just like a shitty dashback.
Yeah, and another thing is that it's a very input heavy thing where to do a perfect wave dash. So even if you do the perfect wave dash, it's actually still slower as Fox than dashing.
Yeah.
And how often do you think you'd hit a perfect wave dash? Probably like 2% of the time.
Yeah.
It's very
Especially
very
like
difficult to hit the exact perfect angle. So if you look at one like this, watch how short this is. This was like this much distance. This is like maybe going and like this one. Look how short that was. That one was
yeah.
crazy short. So instead of getting this big dash back movement, you're getting this, or it took you 15. Like, it took you 15 frames to go like this much distance.
It's like a bunch of wasted movement for something I could have just dashed back for.
Exactly. It's just
it's
like
also like risky kind of.
Exactly. It's risky. It doesn't threaten anything. It's slow. Like there's no argument really for why it's actually like good.
Yeah.
The only possible argument is that it's easier to ASDI down during it because you don't have to press directionally for the dash. But that's like not worthwhile compared to all the other reasons.
Especially when Sheik is all the way over there.
Yeah, especially when Sheik is all the way over there. So, yeah. Like the secret against Sheik, the most basic secret, I call it a 3. So the way I do is you count dash dances. Okay. So like if you dash in and you just attack out of it, I call that a 1 because it's just one dash. And then a simple bait would be like dash in, dash back. That's a 2. And then if you want like an approaching 2, it's dash back, dash in. Those are really good against Marth. Is dash back, dash in. So that kind of a 2. And the Sheik, I always say the rule of 3s. And with Sheik, the rule of 3s is that you always dash in and then do a dash back, dash in. Like a quick little dash back and then an instant approach. Okay. And the reason for this is that you are guaranteed to punish forward tilt. So, if you dash in, and then Sheik does a forward tilt, if you do too long of a dash back, you'll never, or if you're not focused on the exact number of dashes you're doing, I'm sure you've had this, where you do a dash in, and you're kind of dash dancing, and Sheik will forward tilt, and you go, oh, there's the forward tilt! Oh, it's over. And you don't have time to actually punish it.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm not, it's like kind of an overarching like thing with my gameplays, like, it's like I have to try so hard to turn on my brain sometimes and like look at the screen almost. Like it's wild. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, a way to sort of the thing is human brains we're very tiny and stupid. Like universally. There's no way around this. But what we can do, like in the moment, you'll never be able to consciously perceive even like 50% of the game. Like, the game is too fast, there's too much going on. Like. You're not ever going to be able to do it. So what, like, you have this tiny layer of consciousness that you put on to your subconscious play. That is how it works.
I see,
like, for everyone. And so, the way I like to describe it is, because I used to watch a lot of Gundam as a kid, is, like, you have, like your subconscious is like the giant robot, and then your consciousness is the guy piloting the robot. And so if you have a really crummy robot, it doesn't really matter how hard you try, because you literally cannot damage this other guy's giant Gundam thing, you know? And so your goal is you build subconscious patterns that are very powerful by saying, okay, I know this is good, and so you practice that, and then you get it sort of built in, and then so you have this subconscious tool, and then when you're playing the game, your consciousness goes, okay, I think it's time for, tool F, and so you just press the F button, and then your subconscious does this technical thing that will defeat your opponent. So your consciousness just sort of chooses which parts of your subconscious to use.
Yeah, it's like different like sequences.
Exactly,
and you just choose from like a bag of those.
Exactly. You're choosing from a bag of them. You're not making them in the game. If you had to make them in the game, it's simply impossible. No one can do that.
I feel like I try and make them like
that. It's extremely common. It's extremely common
the fly.
To do
like
that.
I feel like I'm constantly trying to like react to situations and things in the game that just I can't. Like, it's like I'm, like, freestyling neutral, almost. Like,
exactly. And so, the thing is, there is an element of that. Like, the idea, like, you should be present in your play. But the idea is that you should have something to, fall back on. Think of it kind of like a pitcher. Like, you're like a pitcher in baseball. And, like, a pitcher is thinking, I'm going to throw the fastball here. in this position, and he thinks maybe it'll be a curve, but I'll throw it into this part of, I'll throw it to this exact position where I think this batter might be a little bit weak,
Yeah.
And that's the consciousness, is like trying to trick the other guy, and you're trying to find it. But then once the pitcher chooses his position, he just smashes out a fastball to that exact position. And if he was thinking, okay, I'm going to throw the fastball to this position, and then he goes, okay, so get my arm back, and then I step forward, and I try to use my momentum to throw the ball, like, he's never going to be able to do it. That needs to be automatic.
Exactly, yeah.
And so a simple thing, a simple pattern to get you, like, started a little bit against Sheik, the easiest pattern is the rule of 3, I say, where dash in, and then, like, do not... So, you're going to be having to do mix-ups at some point, anyway. So, the most basic... I'll just give you the most basic thing. Like, you can just sort of try this out, and then build things off of it. But you just do dash in. Do not look at the screen. If you look at the screen here, you will actually mess yourself over. And the thing is, you should be looking at the screen, getting information about your opponent. But when you're actually going to approach, looking at the screen will actually make you, like, second guess yourself.
Yeah, I feel that.
And so what you do is dash in, and then basically close your eyes and do a short dash back, and then dash in into something.
Okay, yeah.
So your options from the so you do dash in, and then dash back, and then attack. So and the options you have here are dash in, dash back, dash in, short hop attack, either a nair, he says they might jump to try to like let's say they try to forward air you or something. Then you want a nair, and nair is really good there against Sheik. She has very few tools that'll actually allow her to like get you, and she can try to like CC it and stuff, but the problem is she can't guarantee where you're going to put the nair, and so it's very difficult to punish, and she also can't guarantee that you're not going to just drill her if she tries to CC.
Yeah, I saw you in one of your lessons talking about clown nairs.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And,
Clown nairs.
Sometimes I do those, and they somehow just work out. It doesn't feel like you should be able to nair that, but you can. But it's still like I'm still working on like making myself realize I can do it.
Sheik does not have a lot of options to beat clown nairs, and clown nair is the perfect term for it because it's just literally like you're a total fool and you just do this nair, and then Sheik still struggles to cover it.
Yeah.
But so I would say the key is you want to learn the basic movement patterns and like where to put your aerials and stuff like that, and then add the clown nairs on top of that. Otherwise, they become a bit of a crutch. They should be like the secret sauce where you're like, oh no, he's got me in the corner. He has me all figured out. Nair! Not like, here I come with my random nairs, because if the Sheik knows your whole game plan is the random nair, they will find ways around it.
like it's supposed to be like, it's just essentially just an ambiguous nair, just a really weird.
Exactly. You like just do a nair in a place that does not make sense.
Yeah.
So here's the basic mix-up. You do dash in, then dash back, dash in, nair or dare. Then there's another one where you do dash in, dash back, slightly longer dash back, then dash in, running shine. So the key here is that all of these options will beat Sheik forward tilt.
Yeah, I don't do that. Thinking about it now, I kind of always just dash in.
Exactly. And
I don't know why I'm not like now that you say
I know this feeling so much. Like, wait, why have I been
now that you say that, I'm like kind of realize I'm like, why am I doing this wrong? It's like such a core thing, but that's interesting. I have it written down.
No, I feel you. There's a thing that Squid said once where it was like he'll like spend 30 seconds labbing something or thinking about something, and then realized he's been doing it wrong for 5 years. And it's like, why did I never take those 30 seconds before? And it's just, that's this game. It's so complicated. It's very difficult to get everything. All you can really do is just swallow your pride and keep learning. Happens to all of us every day.
Yeah.
So the other option is dash in, short dash back, full hop over Sheik. also
Yeah,
known as the
so
IBDW.
I'm not when I full hop, it's usually because I'm panicking or
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know what to do. I'm a lot more comfortable like on the ground, and I
Mm-hmm.
know like I don't know how what you think about it, but I know full hop is broken, but I'm way more comfortable with my ground game, so
Mm.
I don't know why that is, but I think it's because I'm not very good at controlling full hop. Like,
Yeah, most likely the issue is that you're using full hop to close space, in which case it's an overcommitment. So, like, if Sheik is here and I full hop at her, that's bad.
yeah,
But if Sheik is right here and she thinks that I might short hop aerial her, and I full hop directly over her head,
hmm
then not only does that dodge her forward tilt, but I get a potential falling drill or falling up air or a back air. And the nice thing is that if I'm directly over her head, like full hop drift back, so that I'm right over her,
hmm
I can drift back more to hit one side of her shield, or drift forward more to hit the other side of her shield.
yeah. I do that sometimes, but another question, what if she like dashes under your full hop? Because that's when I feel uneasy about it, and then I end up like, so I'll full hop like say Sheik is center stage right there, and I full hop above her, and then she like dashes away from my full hop drift range,
To
like
the
kind
right
of
or the left?
either one really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then that's when I think often I'll like fall down with an aerial still because I'm like, oh god, I full hop, like I have to do something now, and then I get punished for it. Like, could I like wave land on top platform?
Yeah, that's usually the best option.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I
usually
think
the
that's
best
what
option. If
happened.
you go in this is a sort of thing in general with Fox. The reason why the full hop is so powerful is because it's not a commitment to attack.
Yeah,
Because if full hop forced you to come down with an aerial, it would not be very good. The reason why it's so powerful is because you get a potential opportunity to attack your opponent. They don't have an easy way to hit you at the peak. No character has an easy way to hit Fox at the peak of his full hop. Even Marth, who's probably the best at it, he has to kind of like read with like a short hop early up air or fair.
hmm
So most characters will not be able to hit you at the peak of the full hop. And
yeah,
so if you do the full hop, you're able to simply react. And if they're in a vulnerable position, you're able to punish. And if they're not, you just double jump and you get away for free.
yeah. And like if they shield, like you have a lot of time to I don't
Yeah, if
know
they
to
shield, then you
replay
can
things.
come down with like a back air pressure on their shield. You can even drill their shield into a shine. You have a lot of options.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think before I was thinking of full hop the wrong way.
Yeah, so think of full hop as a so you remember how I was saying like a 2 where it's like dash back dash in?
Yeah, yeah,
So a full hop is a vertical 2 where you go up and then you come down. So you
yeah,
go up and then all of their moves here miss, just like dashing back causes their moves here to miss, and then you move in into punish. And
yeah,
just like on the ground, the reason why it's so powerful is because if you go up and you're like, look, I'm coming back in, I'm gonna dash, back in on you. So you go back, and then they go, okay, well, I'm ready for you to come in. Just like if you do this dash back, and then your opponent wave dashes back here, you're not going to do a dash in aerial because they gave you space to whiff.
hmm
So it's the same way where if you full hop up and then they give you space to whiff, you should just get away
yeah.
because there's no
Okay.
reason to attack. That is the strength, is being able to threaten a possible attack without committing to it.
Yeah, and you can make your like departure from the full hop really ambiguous too. It's something I feel like I do best versus Marth actually.
It's really, really useful against Marth. Full hopping here, and then he dashes or something, and then you just get away. And then you dash down to
Yeah,
the top plat, and you eventually get back down, and nothing happened except you got a free threat. And if he guessed wrong, you would have killed him.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
So the full hop there is really, really good. And what I'll do is in a second I'll pull up a video of IBDW doing what he does with the full hop, because I do it too, but because I feel like he's sort of the one who sort of popularized doing that exact dash dance into the full hop here on Sheik.
Yeah.
That I would rather watch a video of him doing it. But okay, so let's keep watching for a second. So we want to get rid of that wave dash back I talked about.
Yeah, have that written down.
I like how we are 11 seconds into the match. After like half an hour into the lesson. That's just how it is. And so another thing that I want to bring up is that there's this really, really common issue against Sheik that I personally used to struggle from a lot. And the issue is that against a lot of characters, you want to bait them as Fox into whiffing a move, and then you punish afterward. A lot of times it'll be like whiff punishing like an aerial or something like that. And against Sheik, you just really don't want to... You don't want to, like, try to use dash dances to bait Sheik out in, like, a defensive way. Like, I used to complain about this, so I say, like, man, if I play real neutral game against Sheik, I do worse than if I just randomly throw out attacks.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that Sheik has to put a lot more effort into dealing with Fox trying to hit her than she does zoning out a Fox who's trying to bait her.
Yeah, that's so true. Because it'll come up later. I don't know if it comes up in this VOD. I think maybe the other one I have, but it happens where like I'll get walled out because I'm like trying to whiff punish like I would versus Falco.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just doesn't. It's just like an impenetrable like wall of short hop fair nair mix-ups that I'm scared of, and I can't.
Exactly. So Sheik is the complete opposite of basically almost every other character in that area. The only similarity is to Peach, where like if Peach is throwing out random aerials and stuff like that in your face or kind of like here, you can't like wait for Peach to throw out a move and then hit her. That's not how it works.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, dude. That's like why I said I feel like this matchup kind of makes me feel uncomfortable in the same ways that some of the other matchups I listed make me feel.
So yeah, this issue in particular is very common with Sheik and Peach because they are like the other. I would say Marth works a lot more according to like the normal model of play, where like you're trying to get him to whiff a short hop aerial or something, and then you punish him. But versus Sheik and Peach, it doesn't work to do that like at all. So your goal against both Sheik and Peach, but I'll just mostly focus on Sheik for now. Your goal is the game you both agree to play. It doesn't need to be like this at all times because, like I said, you have the power of up-down where you don't need to be fighting Sheik at any moment. But anytime there is like a direct interaction, it needs to be like let's say you're a Sheik player and you know that the Fox you're playing against loves threes. Like, he just loves it. Like, he loves dash in, dash back, and then he does a move. Any move. He'll either full hop, or he'll running shine, or he'll short hop aerial. And then sometimes he just does a one, where he just runs in and throws out a move.
Yeah.
And that's actually really good. Mixing up 1 and 3 is really powerful, because because a 3 threatens a 1. Because dash in threatens the instant approach.
Yeah, my issue is I'm all ones.
Yeah, that's a common problem. So that's why I want you to hold on to the idea of the 3, because the 1s become exponentially more powerful if you have 3s. So the idea is the matchup should feel at all times as if the Sheik. So 1, 3s, and 5s. 5 is like the extra one, and basically it's just you do a 3, but you just wait a little bit longer. But don't worry too much about the 5. You can get a long way with just the 1s and the 3s against Sheik. So, but the idea is Sheik needs to be like, the idea is whenever you are somewhat close or interacting with Sheik at all, don't like, don't be reacting to what Sheik is doing. Because that's what she wants. She wants to say, look, you have no window to come in. Look at my hitboxes. They're everywhere. Feel afraid because there's no window. But the thing is there are windows everywhere, but there aren't reactable windows.
Yeah, so I should choose from like my
so
bag
you get your little bag
shit.
of mix-ups of 1s and 3s and stuff against Sheik, and you just say, you know, based on his previous responses and his movement and all this stuff, I don't think he's going to be ready for this one.
Yeah.
And you just do it. Like, just do it and say, all right, Sheik, balls in your court. And the thing is,
a lot of times it just works out. It just beats.
And, yeah, a lot of times it will work out. And the thing is, even when it doesn't work out, think of how many options. Short hop aerial, full hop aerial. Sometimes there's full hop over, like committing to here. Like instead of full hop fade back, then you do it like this. Sheik is like right here. You do a dash dance, full hop over, so she wave dashes back. You're just right on top of her anyway. She has to deal with all these. You could nair here. You can nair here. You can nair here. You can nair here. She has no way to know which one of these options you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, what is she supposed to do? How is she supposed to cover all of those options?
She's probably just gonna F tilt.
No, that is the mind of a Sheik too. Oh my goodness, like I have a pile of paperwork like 6 feet high. I'll just F tilt it, you know. That's literally how it works. Is she goes, but if he dashes in right now, the forward tilt will hit, and that'll cover. Like that's the thing is like if she forward tilts here, it doesn't matter if you full hop, if you short hop, if you dash in. All of those will get beaten by the forward tilt. But if you wait one little extra beat and then you go in, the forward tilt guaranteed loses to every single possible option. Loses to running shine, loses to short hop aerial, loses to full hop aerial, loses to everything. Even loses to grab, dash back, dash in, grab is a really, really good opening against Sheik. It loses to all of those, guaranteed. So then you've now turned the game into, hey Sheik, guess when I'm going to come in and forward tilt. If you guess wrong, you lose. And that's a lot nicer than, man, I just can't get in. She's walling me out. What do I do? Exactly, I got grabbed. Yeah. Okay. So like if you can sense. if like it's basically just a much more fun game to play for you to sort of try to like, hey Sheik, guess what I'm gonna do now? And she's like, oh no, not again. Like that's 100 times more fun to play than trying to look for these small openings in her.
And then trying and then you get grabbed.
Exactly. And so like by looking at the matchup from that perspective, it just becomes massively easier from the Fox end to play. Not like, because the thing is, you still have to play. Like, there are still these mix-ups and neutral elements, but you get to play them from, like, a context of, like, a significantly more fun and advantageous context than trying to whiff Punisher.
Yeah.
On reaction. Because it just doesn't work. And so I say this to people pretty often, is that like if you're really like right on top of Sheik, you usually don't want to stay right on top of Sheik for too long, because she has up tilt, she has dash back, dash in, grab. She has all of these options that are really, really good in like the tight situations.
Yeah, she's a god at scrapping.
Yeah. She's like crazy. Really nasty in these close-in scraps. It is extremely difficult to win these against her, and she a lot of times will have a harder punish than you with her tech chases.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like, if you're in these positions where you're trying to do the mix-ups that I was outlining on Sheik, and then you get in kind of close to her, basically just know that you're really in the danger zone. Like you're in a lot of danger, and it's usually not like it's kind of a matter of preference of like, you know, how long you're down to, you know, swim with the shark in this close range. And like, I personally don't like doing it. Like, if I get in this range with Sheik, I usually, you know, I'll toss out maybe a shine, and then I'll just kind of dip, and I'll reset to my comfortable situation. If you want to fight this out, you know, you can. But if the Sheik is consistently beating you in those situations, then maybe just be aware that it's very dangerous. And if you have a read on the Sheik, it's okay. But if you don't, it's her throwing out random moves a lot of times in this amount of space will beat you randomly throwing out moves.
Especially like this Sheik specifically is like he's really good at up tilt. Like up tilt and scrambles just feels
up tilt's nasty in scrambles.
I feel like not enough Sheiks are up tilting. Like it's just such a good move.
It is a very good move. And so that is actually one thing that I want to bring up with the full hop mix-up, is that you don't want to use the full hop mix-up when you're too close. There's a zone like right about here where if you dash in and you do dash in full hop above Sheik, and if she up tilts, it'll catch you on your way up right here and she'll get an opening. And so if you're doing a full hop, just make sure you full hop right here, because then your arc will miss the up tilt. It's very difficult to get this spacing right. The most common way that this happens is when Sheik is invincible, where you're here and Sheik will wave dash in when she's invincible, and you do a dash to try to full hop over, and the up tilt will hit you. And it's so just be cognizant of that. Be really careful about full hopping too close to her.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something I can feel out as I start to like full hop more.
Okay, she pointlessly goes for the style, but you give it to her anyway. Oh my goodness, okay.
This is friendlies. So.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just like...
Yeah.
I just wasn't expecting that. That was cool. Oh, okay, so...
So, like, this situation is what I really... Because I had a hard time picking out VODs.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, well, I want a VOD with enough interesting situations. But apparently I was wrong, as we just talked about, like, some crazy shit 11 seconds into a game where like,
that's how it always goes.
But like if you just watch this like sequence of the Sheik kind of being on the side platform, I'm interested in what you think here. I don't really know what to do here.
Okay, so I have a couple answers to this situation from my own play, and so we're right here, right? So yeah. My favorite thing to do here, and there are a few different options you can do, and I've had various success with multiple of them. So obviously the right answer here is if you're over here. So the thing to do with Sheik on the platform, and she's needling, her needles cover from like here,
yeah,
to here. So they cover this range. And so you don't want to be in this range. So your options are to be right here, just barely past the edge of the platform.
Like kind of in between.
Just enough so that if you full hop, you don't land on the platform. Like just enough. Right here.
Yeah.
And what you can do is, if you want to be really aggressive, then you can get underneath Sheik at a weird timing, like just kind of hang out right here, and then maybe like right after she lands you can get in, and the idea is you just get underneath her and you just start throwing out moves. You just like up tilt over and over, and she doesn't really have it.
I've done that. It's crazy.
It's really good, and she doesn't really have a good answer for it.
Yeah.
And so that's one way to do it. Personally, I'm a bit more patient about it. I kind of like this is like going here is kind of like the like, come on Sheik, fight me, you know, like let's do it, you know. And then like the lasers are kind of like, okay stupid, take your damage. And I prefer the okay stupid, take your damage, because it just feels better to me. Of like, they're like, okay, I'm doing a defensive needle maneuver, and you go, you took 6 damage from that. What'd you get out of it? And they go, nothing. And they go, but how about this time? And you go, 6 more damage. And like, I personally like that, because it's more irritating for my opponent to just simply like I have a 0 risk option that gives you free damage, so maybe you should just come over here and get mixed on, you know?
Exactly.
And so the two options here, and one is like a little bit more aggressive, I would say, out of the 2 laser options. And I've done this. I would say I don't do this as often, but I do it if I'm maybe really comfortable with the Sheik player. Is full hop, double laser, fast fall You get
Yeah.
both lasers hit the Sheik, and you get to the ground before they can actually get off the platform and do anything to you.
Yeah, I used to do that when I first started, but I stopped doing that for some reason. I don't know.
And so the other one, and this is sort of the one I do now, is I do full hop double laser, drop laser.
Yeah, I saw your lesson and you talked about that. Maybe
And
that's what I was trying to do here.
And
I
I
don't know.
literally will just spam that, and I like it because it adds to the annoyance factor, because they do this short hop needle, and you go jump laser laser, and they go, oh, I took my damage, and they go, fine, I'll come down and fight you, and they drop off the platform,
true,
and you're
yeah.
like, one more laser. And I never get tired of that. Like, you just took 9 damage, like, for
That's
what?
so funny.
For what? And so that's my favorite thing, is like laser, laser, drop laser. And if they want to do it again, I'll do it again. We can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this all day. That's like my mentality with it. And then when Sheik is down to actually play the game in center, then I go, okay, we can continue playing the game. I don't know why you took 20 damage, but you decided to. And so that's my preferred solution to that. This full hop in afterward, I don't know if this was a missed input or what. This doesn't really make sense. Also these up tilts, these are... So this up tilt was good. Okay, let me go through this really quick. This up tilt, not bad.
Yeah, I was like trying to hope either like it would just like hit him out of his ledge dash F tilt, or just I felt like it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is not bad, and you're invincible, I think, right? Yeah. So it was totally acceptable. This is a little greedy. This one, and then this one is like Omega greedy. So
I think I'm just scared I'm scared he's gonna dash in, like, and I'm just thinking that's like what's gonna cover me. But
the problem with up tilt is, so up tilt is like the best option in the world at dealing with dash in, and the worst option in the world at dealing with fake dash in.
Yeah.
So there's a thing I call the face roll grab, which is just a slow 2 with Sheik, where they go fold. They basically do a foxtrot, where they do foxtrot back and then boost grab in. That's the face roll grab. If you watch his videos, he spams it nonstop. So the problem is that up tilt will always lose to that, because he'll just dash back, see the up tilt, and boost grab you.
Yeah, it just takes 1 second of hesitation, and the up tilt is useless.
And the thing you have to realize is that Sheik does not have good approaches. She can walk up forward tilt. She can throw out a psychotic dash attack, which gets destroyed by almost every option you have, like shield or jump or anything. Or she can just boost grab in and risk it all. And if she boost grabs in and risks it all, and you just drill or shine or spot dodge or anything, or even just move out of the way, she's in some big trouble. That's a big combo that's about to happen to her. And so Sheik oftentimes, like if you're playing a Sheik and every time you're near them on the ground, they just dash in and they grab you, a lot of times that is more abusable from your end than their end. Like, that just makes them vulnerable to drill in place and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time when Sheik is right near you on the ground, they can't directly make something happen. They need you to run away, or they need you to get scared and throw something out before they can get their nice opening. Kind of like the thing with the Sheik, it's like the thing I described earlier with like the risk reward, and like you want to be able to whiff punish.
Yeah.
Sheik doesn't have like a very good... She doesn't have, like, tiny ways to punish things like Fox does. She's kind of like an all or nothing.
Yeah, because it takes a lot for her to set those up.
Yeah, so she has to do this, like, really big grab thing. And so she wants really badly to be able to just whiff punish and grab. If a Sheik got to you in the bracket or whatever, they likely did not make it through the bracket by just raw dashing in, because they're going to lose to, like, every rando player who's just spamming moves.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they'll get there because they are prepared to, like, bait you out and, like, look for stuff. And so when Sheik is near you, don't think, oh man, Sheik is so scary. Think, hey, Sheik, looking kind of clowny right now. Like, there's a, like I'm about to hit you with something. This nair is coming. Why is it coming? Your guess is as good as mine. And Sheik needs to be afraid of that nair. She needs to be afraid of your random moves.
Yeah, I
Because
think
Fox throwing out random moves on Sheik is 10,000 times more effective than Sheik throwing out random moves on Fox.
Yeah.
And if you're close to Sheik and you're threatening the clown there, and then by the nature of in your head thinking, yeah, I could get him, you're gonna behave differently. And so if Sheik totally reads that, and then you jump in at her instantly, and she forward tilts you, that's just why Sheik isn't a bottom tier character. Like, if Sheik is in your face and she reads you coming in at her immediately and not doing like a 2 or something like that, or a 3, if she perfectly reads that, then like, yeah, she deserves that, Like that took a lot of hard work. She had to get in really close to you, and she had to guess correctly, and then she gets a forward tilt, and maybe you even, ASDI it down, and then you still beat her up.
Mm-hmm.
So like, don't think of it from a perspective of like being afraid of her. And the other thing is, Sheik has a really hard time confirming kills on you. So especially if you're at like a high percent, she can't forward tilt you because you're just gonna DI out and live. If she grabs you, here's a random little trick against Sheik. If Sheik is going to kill you off of if she does a grab at high percent, the secret trick is DI away, miss tech, and then omps tech.
Oh wow.
This has let me live 80% of the time against every Sheik on Earth.
Because I just DI away tech away.
Huh?
I just DI like at high percent when Sheik down.
DI away tech away, right? See, but that opens up a dash attack, which will, because you're holding away, it'll oftentimes she'll dash attack you. It'll send you off stage, and then she edge guards you.
Yeah.
But the key with the miss tech is she a lot of times. So here's the thing: if she jabs you, you're at too high of a percent, and you're holding away or whatever, down and away. So you'll just get out of the jab. She can't punish you after the jab. If she forward tilts, you're already holding away, so you'll go off stage, and you get a chance to recover. If she down smashes, she has a 50-50 on down smash. She can do an early down smash or a late down smash, and you get to tech one of those two. Okay, so basically, it just gives you a huge chance of surviving, like massive chance. And it works really well against every Sheik. So that's just like a small trick to add. And
you can see how uncomfortable I am.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I can tell you're really uncomfortable here.
I'm just like, oh my god. And also another thing, I have no fucking clue how to edgeguard Sheik.
Oh, okay. I went over this in one of my Fox Sheik lessons. I can't remember which one. But basically, if she goes low below you, you do drop shine back air. The shine, basically, she's very vulnerable for the first part of her up B. And so if she tries to do like the early up B to ledge where she grabs it without the poof, then the back air will hit her. Okay. Or the shine will hit her if she comes up vertically. So I just drop shine, double jump back air, and it'll cover almost all those options. Then she has stuff where like she can do like the poof right above ledge or whatever. Those are really hard to cover, but the idea is that so people will do like regular get up, and then it loses to Sheik doing that poof like right at the upper lip of the edge. But the idea is if you are covering, so her up B only has a hitbox on the startup of the poof, not the ending of the poof. So in order to hit you while you're on the ledge, she has to hit you with the poof. The poof would need to hit you. Her up B, like the poof would need to start in a position where it would hit Fox on the ledge.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, she has to be close enough to get back aired.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if she's far enough away from the edge that you can't back air her, you don't have to get off the ledge. You can just chill on the ledge. And if she goes to the lip, just wait for her landing frames. Once you see her land, then you can just you can ledge dash off or do whatever you want. A lot of times you'll still have time to do a regular get up shine, Or you can just double jump from ledge, back air her off again, or up air her, or do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I never know when to let go of ledge against
Yeah,
Sheik.
so but well, the idea is if she's close enough to shine back air, you shine back air, and if she's far enough to not get shine back air, you just chill on the ledge.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
And that completely solves the Edgeguard flowchart, pretty much.
I don't know why, like, it's such a basic thing.
It's okay. I've gone over this with Fox players who are much higher ranked than you would think they would. Much higher ranked players than you would think who don't know how to edgeguard Sheik.
Yeah, okay. That makes me feel a little better about it.
It's kind of like when somebody figures something out in this game, it seems obvious because it's figured out.
Yeah.
But then before it was figured out, it wasn't obvious, and that's why it wasn't figured out. So
yeah, it's like not... I was talking to Sheik players yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, dude, just rinse, repeat, dude." And I'm like, "Well, when do I like rinse? When like I don't know when to do all these parts."
Yeah, so what they're talking about is the repeated back air edgeguard, but the truth is that most Sheiks don't know how to DI it correctly, because if they DI it correctly, they actually go way up high, and they get more mix-ups than they should. So I do like the repeated back air edgeguard on Sheik, but you need to know how to cover the ledge options, because if you know how to cover the ledge options, a lot of times what will happen is... If you make none of this if none of this ledge stuff will ever work, then Sheik has to go like on stage or try to drop to ledge from up high. If she drops to ledge from up high, you just dash attack her. Then she's forced to go low, and then you get your nice low flow chart. If she goes to the platform, you have up smashes, you have back air omps attack up smash. You can back air again. You can do up air depending on the percent. So there's a lot of options. Once you have the basic cover ledge options, that's not very good up tilt. Once you have the basic ledge covering options, stuff will open up a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing where you do a 2 rather than a 3, and this is why you lose this, is because you say, I am going back, and Sheik says, well, if you just go back and you don't come back in, you're just gonna be in the corner. And Sheik knows you don't want to be in the corner.
Yeah.
So she's just betting on you coming back in, and she reads you with the forward tilt.
I see, yeah.
And that's why if you start with a dash in, she has to consider the very likely possibility that you're just about to clown near her. Yeah. And she has to react to that. But if you do this dash back and you're trying to space around her, then she gets to do this reasoning of like, oh, Fox doesn't want to just stay, like, because if you just dash back into the corner and like don't dash in, then your back is facing her and you're in the corner, and obviously she has an advantage. So she just bet on the fact that you're not going to put yourself in a bad position, and she got this. Whereas if you did the dash in, it sets up a lot better.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so that's about an hour, but do you have any additional thoughts?
Let me think. Hold on.
And obviously there's a lot more we could go over in the matchup. We didn't get to go over Punish Game. We didn't even get through, Sheik's first stock here. But
yeah, but I feel like the whole mindset of not trying to play Sheik like I would Falcon or Falco, for example, is like pretty huge. What else can I think of? Yeah, because I feel like my punish is fine. Like, I'm not too worried about punish. That's just something that is just always getting better as I play more and see more. So overall, like, I don't think I have very many questions.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I think we were able to go over some really good basic game plan stuff, and hopefully if you start doing this, it'll give you a better basis to, learn off of than like what you were currently doing. Yeah,
definitely. 100%.
All right, awesome, man. I will. Did I already send you the payment info?
No.
Okay. I'll send you that right after the lesson, and then. Oh no, I sent it to you earlier, and you paid me already.
Yeah, I paid you. I
okay,
you meant,
yeah.
Some type of like I don't know, some receipt or something.
No worries. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that was all handled already.
Yep.
All right, awesome, man. Hope you have a good one. It was fun talking.
Yep, you too, man.
Peace.